Hello family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and today we are in Kerrville, Texas for another day. Today we are headed to the Lyndon B. Johnson National Historic Park. The park is located in Johnson City, Texas, but the Visitor Center is located in Stonewall, Texas. And we'll be going to the Visitor Center first and then doing a drive tour of the park. And so even though we're kind of stuck in Kerrville because of door issues, we are making the most of it by visiting some of the surrounding area. And today it is a National Historic Park Day. And so we'll actually get to make a mark in our passport books. And not that that's what this whole trip is about, but it's always fun to do that. Today I wore my Love Texas shirt, so in honor of LBJ.
I'm reading a book about LBJ.
Are you reading a book about LBJ? So as we're headed to the LBJ National Historic Park, I thought I would just read to you what my passport book says about it. So here's what it says about the Lyndon B. Johnson National Historic Park. This park tells the story of our 36th president, tracing the influences of his family and the Texas Hill Country. See how LBJ influenced his hometown by bringing U.S. government resources to bear on improving friends and neighbors' lives. Alright, I'll be interested in seeing this. There we go. Lyndon B. Johnson State and National Historic Park. Okay friends, we are headed over here to the Visitor Center. We both have our passport books in hand so that we can get them stamped. Welcome to LBJ State Park and Historic Site. So over here is a map that shows the Lyndon B. Johnson State Park and Historic Site. Shows us where we're at. Says nestled along the Petronales River, this day-use park honors Lyndon B. Johnson, a Texan who achieved the nation's highest office. What not to miss? The Visitor Center, the Sauer Beckman Living History Farm, which we'll definitely want to look at because our grandmother's maiden name was Sauer. Texas State Bison Herd, Texas Longhorns, the Don's Cabins, also has swimming pools, the Petronales River, and the LBJ National Historic Park. Two parks. Both parks serve to honor President Lyndon B. Johnson, yet each has its own unique offerings. Alright, so we are getting ready to head into the Visitor Center, but we're going to do a selfie. I'm going to do a selfie with my sister there in front of the sign, so I'll be back.
6-8.
The line on this map represents the Pedernales River.
Okay.
Right now we're on this side, which is the state park, and across the river is the LBJ Ranch, which is the national park.
Okay,
And
cool.
that's where you'll get your passport book stamped.
Oh, okay.
You're just gonna put this on the dashboard of your vehicle.
Okay.
I'll show you what.
Okay, friends, so here is a little map of the Lyndon B. Johnson National Historical Park. And the first thing was the LBJ Ranch tours. And that was started down there. We are here where the bison is at. On down the road, we'll be passing a little bitty school called the Head Start School. The Head Start program was established during Johnson's administration, so that's really cool. The Junction School is where 4-year-old Lyndon learned to read, and then he later returned to sign the Far-Reaching Elementary and Secondary Education Act. Then we will be going to the fourth place, which is his reconstructed birthplace. On August 27th, 1908, the first child of Samuel and Rebecca Johnson was born at this site and named Lyndon Baines. The house was reconstructed by the president in 1964 to be used as a guest house. And then next to it is the Johnson family cemetery. And then there's the grandparents' farmhouse. Then the Texas White House. Says the original century-old rock farmhouse was greatly enlarged over the years. During the Johnson presidency, it became known as the Texas White House. And normally you can tour it, but it's closed down right now because of the COVID. Okay, and then after the Texas White House, we'll go on up and around the park, and we come down here to the Air Force One hangar visitor center. And that's where we'll be able to get our books stamped and pick up some stickers. So I'm very excited about the road trip. All right.
This might have been where Gladys was taking me.
So we're leaving the state park, right? And we're headed for the LBJ
National Historic Park.
National Historic Park. That must be the river.
Pedernales, is that how she said it?
Yeah, I think.
I read about it in the book, but I didn't know how to say it.
It's a really pretty drive. Oh, we are seeing some bison over here. That's why we didn't see them earlier up there where the bison statue was at, Jody, because they're down here taking a nap in the
Exactly.
sunshine. This is part of the LBJ Ranch.
Yeah. But I think you got LBJ right.
LBJ,
Jody
right?
just went through the wrong way. So.
Oh my
Here's
goodness.
the little school.
Yes, here is the LBJ one-room schoolhouse, Junction School. Junction School. This is where LBJ went to school, one-room schoolhouse. And then he later came back as president and signed the Elementary Secondary Education Act here. And Head Start was started during his administration, not in this particular school, but Head Start was part of his education program. So
Seconds.
okay, friends, so I'm at the LBJ birthplace, and we're going to go down and take a look at it. I apologize for the wind noise ahead of time, but it's a windy day. But I'm enjoying it because the sun has come out and it's beautiful out here. So let's go down and take a look at the LBJ birthplace. All right, here we go. That's it, way down there. So I'm going to turn you guys off until we get just a little bit closer. Okay, so it says, near this site at dawn on August 27th, 1908, the future 36th President of the United States was born. He was the first child of Samuel Ely Johnson, Jr., a state legislator, and Rebecca Baines Johnson, an educator and journalist. Lyndon Baines Johnson lived here for his first 5 years of life. In 1964, President and Mrs. Johnson had the building in front of you constructed as a guest house for visitors to the LBJ Ranch. It stands on the site of and closely resembles the original home that was removed in the 1930s. Though never intended as a literal reconstruction, the birthplace was furnished with Johnson family mementos spanning many generations. Here's Lyndon Baines Johnson at 6 months old. And here's President Johnson on the grounds with his friend Reverend Billy Graham. And there it is down there. We're going to go ahead and walk on down. Okay, let's go take a look on the inside here, guys. LBJ birthplace. Here's from the porch. So there's like a breezeway here. Look at this old phone. You can't go all the way in, but you can see some of the room through these windows. Kind of a glare though. And then across there's another room you can look into. Bedroom. Fireplace. I don't know if y'all can see the fireplace or if the reflection's too strong, but there's a fireplace in there. And then it goes, the breezeway goes on out here to the back. There's a hand pump for some water. Barn is back there. Okay, I'm going to turn you off for a bit until I get back down to the entrance down there. So that's one of the entrances that I came in from there. There's another entrance down here. Farmhouse, birthplace of Lyndon Baines Johnson, 36th President of the United States. That's where we just came from. Family Cemetery. Generations of Johnsons. Claudia Taylor Johnson, also known as Lady Bird, is buried here along with her husband and our 36th President, Lyndon Baines Johnson. Okay, so down here we have a river runs through, and this is the Pedernales River. Carves out the landscape of the Texas Hill Country. A more perfect society. Here's what I like down here. Johnson determined to eradicate racial inequality and poverty. He addressed education, healthcare, consumer protection, transportation, and environmental issues. I know he was really big on education. He started the Head Start program, and he also signed the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. So that was one of his top priorities, along with the racial inequality. The civil rights movement was very big during his time. Okay, friends, so here is the Sam E. Johnson Sr. farmhouse. That would be his grandpa. Very beautiful little place. All right. Yes, that's just telling about the home there. If you look out there in the field, you'll see how there are trees sorted in rows. And those are pecan trees. So that's actually a pecan tree grove. And you can see the little pecans hanging off of the tops. Very cool.
Where should we?
Are you video or taking pictures?
I'm just taking a picture.
So this drive-through here is just beautiful. The way the trees hang over the roadway, arch over the roadway, just beautiful through here. Yeah, beautiful, large trees. So right now we're just going to go on a driving tour around the large estate. So. Beautiful, beautiful, large estate. Alright, I'm going to catch you guys on down the road because it pretty much looks like this. If you look way out there, guys, there's like a huge herd of deer. Wow. Lots of deer out in this area. Alright. Lambs. Oh, look at the lambs. Whole herd of lambs. Oh, look at the twins. Oh,
So
so cute.
There's all kinds of lambs. We're just reading these as we go on. There. It's a working farm.
Yeah. Big cows. Big bull. You see that great big bull out there, Jody? You're going to be driving right by him.
It's fluffy.
I know. Jeez. Okay, I'm leaving the camcorder on because I'm like, we have got to see this
We
bull.
have a little pull off right at the bull.
They do. They give you a pull off right at. Oh my gosh. He is staring right at us. Hello, Mr. Bull. All right. It's like I think they're bigger than I am. Maybe I'll let them go.
Stop and start moving.
I know. This here is considered part of the Texas Hill Country. I talked to you about that one time in this videos. Different landscapes. Right now, we are in Texas Hill Country. Oh, look, Jody, you could volunteer. Volunteer in Parks campsite.
Cool.
Do you see it?
I knew they do that because I might do that down the road.
Yeah.
There's a website called volunteers.gov, and you can get a free like place to park, free camping spot.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You probably have to stay there for a certain amount of time, though. I would
They
imagine.
prefer you to stay like 2 to 3 months or longer if you can. But I thought that might be something to do in the winters and summers when I'm not
Yeah.
traveling as much anymore.
Yeah.
This is the show.
Oh, this is the show barn.
Yeah. I guess that barn ain't too much bigger than the other.
LBJ show barn. There's a good shot up there of the hill country. Isn't that pretty up there?
Sorry, I'm watching American Missionary right now.
Yeah, I know. Pretty tight turns. They don't have a sign here that says tight turn, do they, Jody? I'm not 100% sure what kind of trees these are, these scraggly ones, but man, they're pretty and large. Turned out to be nice, a nice drive.
It's beautiful out today. A little windy, but Jody always complains about the wind.
Well, it's windy everywhere, and we have it in Missouri too. So,
Yeah.
ooh, there's a little deer. Do you see that one,
Yeah,
Jody? All right, guys. Well, I will meet you when we get to what they call the Texas White House. So we're going to go to the Air Force One hangar first, and then we'll see the what they call the Texas White House. So we'll meet you when we get there. And we are now coming up on the Air Force One hangar. And this is where we'll be getting our passports stamped, and we'll be looking for stickers to go into our passports. So, pretty cool that we found this place. These are, of course, cattle guards that you're hearing us go over. It is a ranch. It is still a working ranch.
Yeah, I don't think that's Air Force One though.
Oh.
I thought it was too, but yeah.
Texas White House Airplane Hangar Visitor Center. Okay.
I thought she said Air Force One was down here, but I don't think it's too small.
Yeah, it is kind of small. But it might have been his private plane. Okay, so this is actually called Air Force One Half. Air Force One Half. President Johnson and his Beagles, him and her, en route to ranch from the Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio in 1966. Aviation key to the Texas White House. In 1951, Senator Lyndon Johnson set out to establish a home base where he could continue his work away from Washington to improve access to the hangar. Get our book stamped. Okay, so we're at what's known as the Airplane Hangar Visitor Center.
We are keeping in very close touch with the leaders of the march.
All right, this is what's known as the Texas White House. And now I'm going to go over and get my book stamped. This is where I get the book stamped at, my passport book?
Yeah, I think it's right there.
Okay. Let me find the spots for you. All right, so I'm going to have my passport book officially stamped here. Could you put it right there? Because I'm going to get stickers for here.
Sure.
All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Lyndon B. Johnson, National Historic Park, January the 6th, 2021. All right. Okay, and now I'm going to get the stickers that we need. There they are. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go over here and see if I can get a shot of the White House. Texas White House. As you can see, there is LBJ. The White House, the Texas White House is not open at this time, but they said if you walk towards the river and then look up, you can get a good view of it. All right, and there is LBJ's Texas White House. Okay, and then here's a closer view of the LBJ Texas White House. Very cool. Okay, and then I'll pan around so you can see the landscape and the view. So there's the LBJ Texas White House. And then there's the river down there. Isn't that a beautiful view? then over in there is the hangar. Okay. There are the flags flying for the LBJ Texas White House. And then there are the flags flying for the LBJ Texas White House. Alright, and then there's the Hangar Visitor Center. Alright, I'm going to turn you guys off for a while. Okay friends, so we just left LBJ Ranch, and while we were at the Hangar Visitor Center, a huge gust of wind came up and blew Jody's door off the hinges again, even worse this time. We could not get it back on, so Jody used a strap and had it tied shut, but it was still whipping, so I was sitting in the stairwell kind of holding it so it wouldn't whip so hard, and Jody got what, maybe 5 miles down the road, and there happened to be 2 state troopers sitting on the side of the road. So Jody pulls over and says, "We need help," and by golly, they helped. And between Jody pushing on the inside to get it into the frame and the guy lifting up and in to get it into the hinge, they got it done. They got it done. So our door is back on for one more time. Our appointment is at 8 o'clock in the morning to hopefully get it permanently fixed. So we don't have to go through that again. But we had a wonderful day. It didn't happen until the very, very end. So anyway, we are headed back to Kerrville. We are not stopping until we get back to the campground, until we get to our campsite. We don't have anywhere we need to go or
Got
be.
a full tank of gas.
We have a full tank of gas, a full fridge of food. So we don't have anywhere to go or that we have to do until 8 o'clock in the morning. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, we'll get this thing over to the RV shop and get that door fixed. So we can hopefully continue on our journey. All right. See you on down the road, guys.